Mr. Wanjuzi, how are you doing?
I'm good, Dr. Said. How are you?
Yeah.
Greetings from Kampala, Uganda.
Wonderful.
Michael Wanjuzi is my name. And
Thank you so much.
I was happy to receive a message from you celebrating our achievements so far. I was humbled by your gesture. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Miss Loveline, how are you doing? Miss Loveline, I guess you are not on the road. So let me just share the awards and what we have on our list. Actually, it was very tough because of the lighting of the thing. I was trying to actually look at how we can capture. I think just to mark it, I actually target 100, and I think we are able to get to that 100. I think so. These are the. I think everybody can see my screen. Can you see my screen, please?
Yes, we can see.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. So I will just run through this very the awardees and how we came about it. Like I have said, it is just a mid-year global awardees or award celebration. It is not a special thing because we have nothing to offer, but just to say thank you for all what you have done. And that is the comment that is written on this side, that we celebrate your exceptional brilliance and performance with this noble award in recognition of your sacrifices of time, space, attention, and invaluable contributions to the Global Scholars and Leaders Support Network, community and activities. So that's the summary of the message. Actually, this is just an announcement of it to just look at the people that have been part of this very community for the past 6 months. Some feature once, some featured like twice, some featured almost every week. In fact, some even featured that we didn't even know that they were even featuring until we recognized that this person has been attending our sessions, and such kind of person is Mr. Michael Wanjuzi. He is always coming up and he won't speak. he will even mask himself until I recognize that this is one of our guests, and later he showed up, and that was how we connected, and Mr. Caroline Omolo as well. These are how we. So when we actually started, it was from one network to another. This very program has been on for the past 3 years, but it was like monthly, not so consistent like this, like monthly. When we have a thematic issue to discuss, we invite one or two guests to just talk about it, friends and colleagues like that. Until when we are now into the and she has been so wonderful on the kind of a knowledge that she has contributed and also the energy that she has brought up to support. So sometimes people, we regard to them as leaders, like leaders of the network, because actually they were leading they were giving a kind of a leadership contributions like the ideas and support and the encouragement. Not all the time that they always come to the sessions, but in the background, they do a lot of a kind of a comment and reviews and something like that. So Professor Dr. Nadir Ghazal is one of the powerful uh, artificial intelligence experts in the world, especially in the Middle East. I got to know him and he was like very passionate, very busy man. He promised to actually feature uh, at a time and he came on board and he was like in a hurry to go for another meeting. And what he shared was actually very wow. And he has joined the network since then. Likewise, Professor Femi Ajayi. Professor Femi Ajayi, he has talked about how we connected over years, like 2016 or so. We went together for a sustainability event workshop in Nigeria, in another state. We met and he delivered very wonderful session then. So those are the kind of a thing that we have been experiencing. Likewise, Dr. Abdul Manaf also showed interest and it was like, oh, wow, I like this, and he joined. In fact, it was one that even declared the GSLSN open when we were actually having it as a program. We call this SLSP then, Scholar Support and Scholar and Leaders Support Program. So then we have the wonderful trainers and also speakers from the scholars team. We have the wonderful people that have spoken on different team. And these are Mr. Olagunju, Ms. Mira, Mr. Caroline Omolo. Mr. Caroline Omolo has been, I think he has been doing wonderfully well to even have some other networks and also other linkages. Diodu Tibuchuku, he just been humble and he joined the network like that. Then we have the wonderful people that we have hosted. We hosted them as a guest. They become scholars and partners, and we began to move like that from Thailand, USA, Malaysia, Mexico, Uganda, UK, Morocco. Yes, Mrs. Onome, the energy process. So then we have some other powerful speakers and also some other great guests. It continues to Sabashkaran actually sponsored this very subscription of the Zoom when we were having issues with the subscription. So it has been wonderful that everybody was just trying to contribute in one way or the other. Dr. Nolly came in through Dr. Layala and they were all wonderful. And we have our scholars, Anuluwapo Akinyemi, yeah, Jennifer Lawuri, Omotosho, Nicodemus, Mrs. or Miss. So, in fact, this set of people at the top here, we started together when we were having the January, February sessions. Professor Dr. Vishnu joined in February till, I think, last month when he was busy with his, so almost every week, Professor Vishnu joined. Dr. Sayed Banu, we started together. Dr. Swagata Roy, we started together and still active till now. Dr. Pastor Atiko, we started together and he's still active. In fact, he's working on how we can host our office in the Europe and also maybe UK. So we have Mr. Michael Wanjuzi. I said that he has been joining and he won't talk. He just be participating and he won't talk. And I discover who is this man that is joining and not talking. Then I tried Jizi from Uganda. Then the powerful Mr. Mohammed, through Mr. Carole, I think Mr. Mohammed Sakib, the session we had together last week, I think was very wonderful one. Mrs. Lovely Udo, Mrs. Lovely Udo actually joined from the announcement on LinkedIn, and it's like, I like that network. I like it. Yes, let's do something together. And that was how we connected, and it has been a wonderful experience. Yes, this very powerful man, Mr. Carlos Alberto. Mr. Carlos Alberto actually is from Brazil, and he is running a very powerful organization, and they call it Carbon Zero. Very powerful organization. He told me, I cannot speak English very well. Can I speak Brazilian? I said, yes, you can speak Brazilian. So, Engineer Yewa, we started together. Mr. Vijay Kumar Kati is a wonderful person doing well in India. In fact, he has a very good initiative that he is pushing. Mr. Suarez Singh. Mr. Suarez is a very wonderful person, down to earth, very kind. And he's like, anytime you need my attention, just let me know. If I'm busy, I will tell you. But if I'm not busy, I will surely be there. So these are the kind of experience we have had with the lovely people. So many people don't believe that. How come are you actually working with all these very people and these very busy people and the rest like that? And I told them, you see, they are very busy, but they like what they do. They are dedicated to this very cause, of course. And that's the reason why we choose a flexible time of a weekend before uh, not to disturb the weekly activity of everybody. Yes, yes, we have our scholars as well. As I say, yes, we want to learn from these people. We want to learn from the scholars. We want to learn from. We have them. Mr. Farouk Abubakar, Adibisi Abdullahi, Mr. Bayo, Aziza Fatumi. Yes, these are wonderful people that are learning fast. They are learning fast. Professor Dr. Esar Ali Sadi, we connected last year on this very program, but we have not fully started like this. And the man has been so wonderful, very active. Professor Nazarus, very wonderful. Professor Rashid Odani, very wonderful people, very wonderful people. So, Professor Dr. George Arts is a very wonderful person, very busy, very busy. I think retired, but he's still pushing so many initiatives. Yes, I invited the guest artists to always come when we have a book launch. Then Dr. Tosin was also referred and a very wonderful person. Miss Vaisa Koram is in the UK, doing very wonderfully well. Then Mr. Sheu Adeyeye, very wonderfully doing well, but somehow busy these days. I don't know, somehow busy these days. Then the powerful Dr. Caroline Mbaga. We had a session together and it was a very tough one. She's like, no. So Professor Issa Bello, we have a Dr. Afsa Mohammed. Dr. Afsa Mohammed is a very wonderful person, very active. Professor Flores Yusuf, she loved this very platform very well. She loves the platform very well. Mr. Akitunde was actually referred. Nora Zakaria, we connected through, I think through one kind of advertisement, and we got to know about the platform, and she's very interested in it. Kazim Oladile, Mr. Najim Oyeyemi is driving a very wonderful initiative on agriculture. We enjoyed hosting him during his session, actually. Yes, we have Alaji Fatayari, a very wonderful person, very wonderful person. He has been so supportive, and Dr. Laya Gadar, very interesting. I think Dr. Laya was actually in the conference when she actually came across our poster, and she was like, I want to feature," and she tried to excuse herself from that very conference, and she joined the live session. Then we hosted her in the subsequent sessions. Mr. Torab actually had a wonderful session with us I think in February or March. Then we have Mr. Mohammed Al Ghazim, very wonderful person. He's driving a powerful initiative in the UK. This very woman, Mrs. Cynthia Helen. Mrs. Cynthia Helen always active on our page, and she's residing in the UK, in the USA. Then we have Juma Rofiat, one of our scholars, Mr. Aluko, very wonderful person. Comrade Alimi, I forced him to join because he is always on the social media. I said, join the network because I think you are very active on the community, in the community. We hosted Prince Oreka, very active climate justice advocate. Mr. Nasir Mohammed, we started together in 2015 actually when we used to have I think this very occasional program, like we just talk for some minutes or some hours and they just Sakapi Carl, very wonderful person. He during his session, I think he had like a 2 month session with us. He said like I denied death 3 times, and he told us a very wonderful story about very emotional one about himself, very inspiring one. Mr. Paren Makadia actually inspired this platform like this because I think he's running the certification on the sustainability ambassadorship. And we have our scholars from Frank, very wonderful person from Uganda. We have Rahman Karim, very wonderful person. We actually enjoy when he talks about his area of interest. Then we have Jamil Dancy, who actually joined through the LinkedIn as well. Yes, we have Mr. Samuel Tuku, very wonderful person. He's driving an initiative of I think, sustainable cooking machine. Yeah, sustainable cooking machine. Professor Khalid Hamid, very wonderful person, is a multilingual project man. Then we have Dr. Tanunja. Dr. Tanunja was like, I want to share my experience with the scholar. I want to share. I said, no problem, ma. Dr. Flavius Nkubli, very wonderful person. I said, if I don't put myself, then people will ask me why. I put myself, and the person that actually referred me to some of the very network is Miss Puja Makaria. He recommended me for her husband platform. Then Professor Abimbola Oyinlola, very wonderful person. He joined last session, and yes, he has been our guest, and even some of the driver of our network locally. Then we have Mr. Dushola Balaji, very wonderful person. Yes, another wonderful person, Dr. Latif Adeyemo. Yes, we work together on some books. Another wonderful person is Dr. Srifidia Shukmar. She is driving so many initiatives, training, events, summits, and everything on the global, I think, sustainability and also in the global space and the rest like that. And he has invited our members to different events, and like it turned to a time that I have to tell her that you see, as you are running your activities, you are also running activities. People are busy. So she has been so wonderful person. Dr. Neraj Kumar, very wonderful person. Yes, this Miss Subangi, she's a very wonderful person doing well, has his own initiative in India. And also Kavita Sirotia was once our guest. Dr. Michael Dioha was once our guest. Dr. Shurakato Labanji, yes, is always pushing from behind the scene. And also Abdul Wahab Fatima is in the US. And this very powerful person actually connected and is on our community, very active. Dr. Uh, is this Steve from Germany, and we have a Professor Shingu, very wonderful person. And we have Dr. Kimwele. Then we have, I think, Dr. Mark Taylor. He connected, and I said, in fact, he was the one that even inspired this very award. I said, sir, you have done so well, and we are going to appreciate you. Then Dr. Rufai Akinlabi, a very wonderful person, always challenging. You are doing well, yes, let's do more. Dr. Alina Baby was actually one of our guests. Dr. Abdul Wahid Solanki was also doing so well in the university and pushing. So then Abdul Wahab Fatima, I think we connected also on the platform, and she has been very active on our platform. So these are this very journey together. And yes, let me just rest. Let me just rest my summary of introducing our this season to us. And let me welcome our own comments and also our own maybe words of whatever we can call it from our own hand. It is just for us to share this moment of 3 months together of a global relationship, partnership, collaboration, and sessions together on different topics. So this is where we are 6 months. Yes, Mr. Wanjuzi, your mic is open now.
Yes, thank you, thank you very much, Dr. Said. I am very humbled with this announcement. It gives us motivation and courage to move on when we get recognized like this. This is a global recognition. It is not a small one. So I am very happy and I'm proud of this network. I commit myself to participating fully when called upon. It is not just because anybody can get recognition like this, but I think we've earned it. We deserve to be recognized. So I'm going to wave this award very high, and my community can see that I am moving. I'm slowly, step by step. When they see me associating with the doctors and the PhDs holders, I think they will count me among them. So I'm very happy, and thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much. And like we have said, when we were designing this very program, we understood very well that there is a kind of a gap between the scholars and the leaders. And who are the scholars? The scholars are the people that are undergoing different researches in the laboratory, in the academic world, and institutions or something. And the people that are actually driving the projects from the advocate to the civil society to the NGOs to the government and something. So we are looking at bridging the gap of let them come together, let them see something that they can do together, and the rest of that. And that was what actually inspired the network. And I think it has been working very, very well because there are so many things that are happening in the leadership world that the scholarship doesn't understand. And there are so many things that is happening in the scholarship world that the leadership doesn't understand. So we are trying to bridge that very gap so that they can harmonize that, okay, we can learn from one another. So that has been what we have been benefiting so far. Because to be honest with you, almost everybody is learning, irrespective of the status. Because this perspective that everybody is bringing to the discussion is different from if you are reading book. And I want to welcome powerfully Professor Femi Ajayi. I I think people are complaining about the link, and I am trying to send the link to them again. That okay, this is the link. I think something happened with that link. Maybe it is a fault. So, Professor Femi Ajayi, here we are. 6 months, here we are. I have run through the awardees slides before you join. So people are just commenting on the journey so far. And you
highly commendable. And I want to assure every member that our commitment and dedication can be celebrated as it is being done today. We have all done so well. And the only area where I believe we still probably need to do more is recruiting the young and upcoming ones to come and wine and dine with us and also be able to sustain this group. And we need them as they also need us. So let us all continue to recruit networks and bring everybody on board. In the last 6 months, when Saturday is coming like this, and I read on our platform what is in the covering, what is in the making, what is being cooked, I'm always excited. I will excitedly wait as if 9 o'clock Saturday is coming too late. So I will always want to join, even if I'm on transit. I will ensure that I have my earphone and I follow through all the things that we have done. Every presentation has been so fantastic, and we have learned a lot. And I'm also proud of this group. And one very key thing that happened that made me more excited was ability to package a proposal that was presented and submitted. I give the kudos to Dr. Sahid Adebisi for being able to coordinate and bring eggheads together. I'm excited, honestly. I don't want to say anything more than that. And I congratulate everybody that have always been consistent and in attendance at our training. Every other individual that is here today that has not been here regularly, let me encourage you that you can do more. You have a lot to learn, like I also have a lot to learn. And let us keep this group working, and we shall be able to achieve our goals. Thank you so very much. I'm excited again.
wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Once again, Doctor, thank you so much for this opportunity. Today marks a wonderful day for so many of us because not only the award beat, Rakana family state that the group had openly created space for everyone for interaction and learning so much, ideas shared, when you get back and borrow leave from different people, from different scholars on how they are looking into it, because you may have thought that what you know and what you're doing is the right thing, while from another perspective, the idea is there. So when we put them together, we can reach a conclusion to what we're driving. An example, you realize last time when we were talking about policies, we've seen a lot that if only and only we can navigate into our own, these ruckus and protests we are seeing will not curb them. So I'm very happy, and I encourage all of us to keep on pushing and keep on staying to the group, because we might, and I believe we are the one going to have the best solution to our African countries, because whatever thing we are discussing here, if only and only our people out there can put them to practice, then our problem is solved. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Carole, and for the wonderful job you are doing.
Wonderful, and with this platform, a lot of things I have no idea of. Like, let me just say, I keep learning, even though few weeks ago I couldn't consist to attend the section, but it was so painful. But I promise I will be more consistent, because I really want to learn a lot. I have a long way to go, and I have a lot to learn. And to be able to add, because one of the major reason why I joined this platform is to impact in people's life. And before I can impact in people's life, I have to gain more knowledge and impact in my own life. And I think I am gaining more experience, more knowledge with this platform. So this platform has been more eye-opening for me. A lot of things, a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience from the great scholars. I've been able to learn more, and thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It has been a wonderful journey.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. And let's go to Miss Anuluwapo.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for the opportunity, sir. Yes, sir. It's been a privilege being able to participate in a wonderful platform such as this. I mean, in the course of the past few weeks and months, I've been able to gain knowledge from the leaders, the guest speakers, the scholars on this platform. It's been a very wonderful experience. I mean, getting to be enlightened more about certain topics, and of course, gaining knowledge on totally new areas that I didn't have prior knowledge on before. Yes, so it's been a wonderful experience being here, and I hope in the coming weeks and months that we would have more to do together. Yes, thank you very much, sir, for the opportunity. I'm really grateful. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. I think Ms. Loveling always, I think, join from the after session before, but now she has been joining from the front session. Miss Loveling, can we hear from you?
So good morning, everyone. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Maz. And it's so great to be here once again, just like always. For me, I'll say it's been a very amazing journey. Can you all hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
It's been a very amazing journey. Things like Dr. Adebisi was, I was looking forward to as building or start getting my footing in the research world. And I needed to meet people, work on projects, gain experience, so that when you show up somewhere, they don't think you just have the certifications from school. They know that you have adequate knowledge. You know, sometimes there's a discrepancy between what we see in the book, theoretical knowledge, and practical knowledge. So I needed lots of practical knowledge. And it was great. Well, I mean, it was God ordained meeting Dr. DBC, and here we are today. And I really want to say thank you to everybody. It's good being a part of this family. I mean, I look forward to my Saturday mornings now. And it's so good learning from people. Then the fact that you're even dealing with people that have on field experiences makes it more worthwhile. So you don't just have book knowledge and certificates and all manner of degrees, but you also have the mentoring and the knowledge, practical knowledge from people that have gone before you, and then you are also a part of something great. So it's really been an amazing journey. I'm so honored to be here. There's been a lot of learning, a lot of knowledge exchange. I mean, it's been great. It's really been great.
Thank you so much. And yes, let me call one of the founding members that were coordinating before the thing now became global. Honorable Jennifer, I talk okay.
Good morning. Can you hear me now, sir?
We can hear you now.
Okay, good morning, everyone. It's been an interesting journey. Yes, even before we have a lot of people here, we've been here learning because it's all about learning and gaining experience. As the previous speaker said, it's not all about having theoretical knowledge. Practical knowledge is what the world, outside world, needs from you. They want to know how you can apply all the things you've learned. And it's always good. There's an adage in my own language. I don't know how to, but that you can have. You may have it like normal clothes more than the elders, but you cannot have rags like them. So when they give you experience of what they've been through, when they give you they cite examples and they put you through on what they've been through, you'll be guided and it will be like a blueprint for you that is coming ahead. So it's been a good process and a nice process listening to them and gaining knowledge from them. And I know that looking forward, we still get better, we gain more understanding, and by the time we become the person that we want to become, by the time we become the leaders, by the time we get there, we'll know the necessary things to put in place. So I also want to thank Dr. Adebisi because I know it's not easy to put this kind of thing together. It's not easy to invite speakers across the world to come and put us through, come and teach us. But he took the pain and he took up the challenge, heads up that he wants to do this, and now he's doing it, and we are all gaining from it. And that's the beauty of it. So thank you very much, sir, for giving us this opportunity. Free of charge. Thank you. Thank you. But we know that soon, people, by the time we get to where we are going, we're even getting there already. We start paying for this because it should not be free. This is just so good to be free. So thank you very much, sir, for the opportunity.
Yes, thank you so much for that. And there is nothing we can actually do to express our gratitude, especially for your time, for your space, for your attention and invaluable contributions. So this has been the people that they are featured either once or twice or even regularly on this platform. And we say thank you to everybody. And if we want to count by country, we can see from the UK, from the UAE, from Nigeria, from China, yes, from Lebanon, from Kenya, yes, from Mexico, from Malaysia, from USA, from Thailand, from Uganda, from Morocco, from Singapore, from Philippines, from St. Vincent, and from India, UK, Uganda, Nigeria, Brazil, Nigeria, India, UAE, Uganda, China, UK, Nigeria, Saudi Arabia, Cameroon, UAE, Egypt, UK, Lebanon, Pakistan, UK, Nigeria, USA, Nigeria, India, UK, Uganda, Kenya, Egypt, India, Nigeria, UK, Uganda, UAE, India, USA, Nigeria, Germany, UK, Kenya, Pakistan, Tunisia, Germany, Nigeria. So these are the people that we have been able to actually hosted in the last 6 months. And that's the reason why we are saying thank you to everyone. And when we check our online platform, that is the LinkedIn, we can see that the people were happily joining and actually staying tuned on that very platform, trying to follow the activities that we are actually trying to roll out. Oh, this is a GSLSN. What can you say?
It has been good and full of experiences and recommendation from scholars. But unfortunately, I didn't catch up with all the sessions. But alhamdulillah, I tried to watch some from YouTube and so that I can grab what I've missed. But alhamdulillah, I can see that it's full of experiences, opportunities, and everything we need in academics today.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, sir.
For that very comment.
Yes, sir.
I think we have Comrade Alimi. Alimi has not spoken. Alimi, are you there? So, like Mark Taylor that I was talking about is a very wonderful person. Very wonderful. This is the Dr. Shili from Germany that I was talking about. Very wonderful person. So, these are the members in the group, and it continues to second page. It continues to second page. And these are people that are very, very busy. Very, very busy, but they still find time to follow all what we are actually doing on the platform. And for the purpose that they want to share their ideas, they want to share their knowledge, they also want to learn from others. And it combines a different group of people from different background. And so that is from the platform. And if we go to our YouTube channel, we will see that we have had, I think this should be the 25th session now. This should be the 25th session. Before we used to use cover, but I realized that the cover will cover the face of the people. Let's see their faces. And that was the reason why we have removed the cover. So let's see the people and let's see how they are actually showing on it. And all the sessions have been so very, very wonderful sessions, because whenever people join the sessions, it is always like a top of values. Talk of values. At times we spend like 3 hours on a particular on a particular uh, on a particular discussion, and we won't feel like we have even exhausted the whole time, and we have to beg people to just say, let's call it let's call it a session here, so that and it has been a very wonderful session. It has been a very wonderful session, very wonderful one, very wonderful.
No, well, in fact, I'm okay now because I'm not sure that I'll be there until local time here. It's one a quarter to one, so most probably I will be squeezed in time. So let me just take 5 minutes of your time, not more than this, because you've asked me, and it was indeed an honor for me. You've asked me to share my experience, my life experience in professional life, maybe for our audience as well as for, since this is going to be recorded, so maybe for those who be looking at it later on. So I think, well, first of all, just a quick intro to my background. I'm Lebanese Canadian. I started, and this maybe could be a good advice for our students. You know, I've been teaching at university level since now 32 years. I know very well that success is a journey. It's not something that happens haphazardly. It doesn't happen because of an incident. No, it's a continuous effort that you put there. So I remember when I started. In fact, even my schooling, I was 4 years when I started the first grade. So I was ahead of my colleagues. I finished my baccalaureate, which is in Lebanon. This is in French, of course. So I was 16 years old. I joined the university. I was 17 years old, and I finished my bachelor and my master's. I was 21 years old, with the dean's list from State University of New York. Then I moved on with my studies. I had the civil engineering background, and then when we have something that nobody else had it before me, when we're talking about the PhD thesis. So he said, look, Nader, look at we have now a new science called robotics and artificial intelligence. And that was in 1986. So he said, look at it, and if you find yourself interested, why not going into that? And that's what I did, in fact. I went into the robotics. I stayed for 6 months reviewing literature about robotics. But then I found out that what is more important than the robot is the brain of the robot. So I stopped with the robotics, which gave me 6 months of full-fledged, knowledge about robotics. And I went into artificial intelligence. I remember I was at that time married. So I remember I used to tell my wife, do you think that there will come a time that people would look at my thesis and say, okay, this is artificial intelligence, let's try to use it. And there you go now. As you can see, everybody in the world is talking about AI. So I finished my PhD in AI in 1991. In fact, we were only two on the North American continent who were working on AI. I was in Canada doing because as I said earlier, I'm a Canadian. I was in Canada, and I had one of my colleagues from South Korea, who was doing his PhD also in artificial intelligence in Carnegie Mellon. So we were only two when you're talking about the North American continent. It was that few, that very small number. Then, in fact, when I finished my PhD, I received the National Research Distinction Award. And then afterwards, I said, okay, it's time to work in professional life. So I worked on, I missed to say that I had a double degree. I had a degree in engineering and a degree in management. With the artificial intelligence, it did support me to understand how the human brain works, because, part of your AI, a very important part of your AI research is to mimic the human brain. So I had to study how our brains work, how we, interact, how we can work on articulations, how we work on sensors. That's how you can develop your AI engine. So afterwards, I went back to the Arab countries, and before that, in fact, I worked in the States because I continued my PhD in the States. When I received the National Research Distinction Award, I received like an offer, in fact, despite of the fact that I was a student, but I received an offer from one of the universities in the States that would like that you continue your research here. So I graduated from the States. I worked with an American company that worked with the US Air Force, with the Department of Defense, with the Department of Treasury, very elite clients from whom we learned a lot on experience. And then I moved back to the Arab countries where I started working on business consulting and IT consulting. And by the way, no one knew unless except my employees, no one knew that we were using AI at that time. So many people now are scared of the AI, but in fact, AI has been doing business with me at least for more than 30 years, Our tool that we used, in fact, we used the Zachman approach AI. We used enterprise architecture. We used neural networks. We used object-oriented tools. We started with rule-based expert systems, but then we developed it into neural networks. And now everybody that you can see around you are using the neural networks and object-oriented tools. So at that time, we did a lot of work with the governments, with the private sector. I remember one of the big projects that we did was a merger between two petroleum companies in Bahrain, and that was done also through an AI tool. We did the strategy of Al Bahrain state to move from Al Bahrain to the state to the Kingdom of Al Bahrain. Also, we used the strategies, and I was surprised that you caught and you did put it in part of the announcement that I had some critiques to Dr. Kaplan and Dr. Norton, who were the founders of the balanced scorecard methodology. As a matter of fact, I worked on the balanced scorecard strategy methodology, which is almost a perfect methodology. I worked on that. They established it in 1992. In 1993, I was working on it already in the Arab countries and also in the US. And when you gain experience, and that's what I always tell to my students and to my kids, because I treat my students as if they are my kids. I tell them it's not about who is smarter, who works harder. I worked hard. I don't have, the word I'm bored does not exist in my dictionary. I always have something to learn from. I always have something to read. I read a lot. I learn a lot. Recently, I joined MIT. Recently, since 5 years, I joined MIT in giving courses on taking courses on AI, on digital strategies. So life is a learning process, and I always recommend that people never stop learning, because if you stop learning, then you start ignorance. It's either or. You cannot be knowledgeable and stop learning. So we did a lot of work. We did a lot of projects with elite companies, with governments. Then, in fact, my professional background brought me to become a mayor. And that was due to the fact that the Prime Minister of Lebanon, he was asking for somebody who is, good in the city development. And part of what I did was in the strategic planning and strategic management is city development. Now, my background also as a civil engineer would help me understand what are the needs of the city, Added to that, with the tool of the PhD that I had with AI, then I have the strategy mind. I have the background as a civil engineer that knows what are the requirements for for quality of life in a city, and I have the tool, which is IT tool. But part of it was, in fact, the AI. So then I ran for elections in 2010, And in fact, my list won all of the seats, and we had a lot of big difference in the electoral bullets when you're talking about the number of our people who elected us. So I became a mayor. I stayed there for 5 years, working on developments. It is the city of Tripoli in Lebanon. Then I was assigned by the advisor, by the minister, by the prime minister, in fact, to become his advisor for international cooperation. But before that, during my professional life, I had several options of being advisor. So I was advisor for the education minister. I was the advisor for the administrative reform minister. Also, all of those, I always say that you need to be, first of all, I mean, and let me conclude it with this. You need to be committed. You need to have persuasion. You need to embrace challenges. There are always challenges, but in fact, with a positive attitude, you overcome those challenges. Also, what supports overcoming those challenges, one of it is, of course, having your strategy, having your objectives. I mean, if you don't have an objective, if you don't have a strategy, and I use this word, this thing, I say, if you don't have a strategy, you never get lost because you are already lost. When I say I got lost because I lost my direction, but if you don't have a direction, you never feel that you're lost. You already have no destination to direct your efforts to. So the very first thing that needs to be given to our students is to set a direction, to set an objective, to strive for that objective, to embrace challenges, and also I think this is very important, other than enjoying successes, I think enjoying relationships with people. I mean, like, for example, now I'm so honored to be with you all. I never knew all of you before, but we are exchanging knowledge. And as a matter of fact, as a manager, I always say the most important managerial skill that a person should have is managing relations. How to tackle the relation with others, how to look at them from the positive side. We are all like the moon. We have the dark side, we have a white side, a bright side. So look at those from the positive attitude and from the positive, the white and the bright side, and you will enjoy working with them. Other than that, in fact, in the professional career, I mean, we did a lot of work, and now recently, and I think this is what triggered.
So let us stop there. That is just by the way of recapping what we have been able to do in the past. You can see that is how our record is going to be referred to. Every moment we have shared on this very platform, that is how it has been recorded, and that is how it should be like a playback when everybody looks at it. And you can see what Professor Nadir Ghazal was actually sharing, his own life experience, journey through the career, and also how it has been able to catapult him to different places, different stages of life, even to become mayor of his country, and also run an election, and also do so many wonderful things, different countries, and the rest of that. So that is just by the way. Onome, what are you looking forward to in the next months on GSLSN, and also what we can do together? Because I know you have so many projects on your desk. Thank you.
Good morning, Doctor. God bless you. I really appreciate GLSN for this opportunity. First of all, I would like to appreciate you for the award that was given to me. I just came on board, and I'm actually excited because, like somebody said, that she looks forward to Saturdays. Saturdays has now become my fellowship day. It's a day I enjoy being with my global brother. Sir?
No, go on, please.
Okay. And I want to really, really appreciate everybody. I've learned so much. GLSN, this short period I've been here has taught me to, relearn, unlearn, and learn, just debunk some things I knew about, some things I felt I knew. And I just realized every day is a learning process. And the day we stop learning, we stop dying. And I don't want to leave. I don't want to die. I want to live. And so I want to keep learning. And so within the next 2 months or thereabout, because right now I'm working on, first of all, let me introduce myself for those that don't know me. My name is Onome Wilkinson, aka Energy Priestess. And there's a reason behind that name. I work with students on educating them on oil, gas, and alternative energies, because we realized there was a vacuum in the energy sector. And that vacuum has to do with the younger generation. Everybody keeps talking about the jackpot syndrome. And if we don't work with these ones, they wouldn't have an understanding of where they're going to. So we decided to start working with them, and out of working with them in the fields, in the communities, in their local schools, it birthed a book that there will be a launch by God's grace in September. We're looking at launching the book Energy Essentials, an introductory guide to oil, gas, and alternative energy. And the book will be a not for sale thing to be able to reach out to the nook and crannies of the locals, both in Nigeria and beyond Nigeria, in every African country, for this younger generation to understand the basics of this. Because we have realized that if they don't understand the basics of life, I think Professor Ajayi said something like that when he came on board. He said, we need to start impacting on the younger generation, and because they are the face of tomorrow. And so if we're not able to handle them, then there will be serious challenge, would I say, an intellectual paralysis tomorrow, which we're trying to break now, to see that these younger generations have an understanding. Because what you don't know, when you don't know it, you keep running around in circles and all, and then you do things based on hearsays. And we don't want this trying to start doing things on hearsays. So we want to see how this knowledge comes out to them. So by God's grace, in September, we are officially launching Energy Essentials, which is our book. We're also launching another book for the younger ones, which are the ones below 10 years. It's more of a colorful book, and then a few games to make students understand oil and gas. And I would love to partner with GSLSN because of their wide reach, because of what I have learned. And I know it will be something that we will all benefit from, because we will have a voice to advocate for energy education in the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And also from Mr. Michael Wanjusi, what are we looking forward to on from your platform in the next couple of months?
Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Said. Well, I'm going to continue engaging my community in agroforestry and mitigating and adapting to climate change. My area of operation is normally in the rural communities, and that is where I'm actively involved. So I will continue engaging them, and I'll be updating you on what transpires in the project. Thank you.
I learned that you have an organization that is yours, that is driving this initiative. Are you officially registered in the
that is true. That is true. I recently, when as I was engaged in these activities and engaging with the community, I decided to open up a company of my own. It is called Hills Consult Uganda Limited. It is registered, and it has all the requirements to function as a company. So I'm looking forward to, of course, start. I registered it. I got the papers last month. That was, it's now 2 months old. So very soon I'm going to start engaging and seeing how we can collaborate with other organizations in areas of sustainability and environmental matters. Thank you.
Yeah, wonderful. Because that is one of the key points I want to draw, so that when we want to write proposal, we will know which organization are we actually hosting the proposal into. So I think we have one in Uganda now. We have one with Energy Process. I think Energy Process, you have registered your organization too. I believe that you have all your papers.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
My organization has been registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission since 2017. We're actually 8 years down the road, sir.
Wow. Okay. All right. That's fantastic. So that when we want to write proposal, we know which organization we are actually collaborating with. Okay, that's fine. That is part of what we are strategically looking into. The last one we wrote, we couldn't see any organization that can host it except in the UK. And when we found one in Nigeria, we relocated that very proposal back to Nigeria about I think about 5,000 US dollars was what we wrote in that very proposal, and it cut across the 10 countries. So it is always easier when we have documents and we have registered legal standard that we can operate with. That's very fantastic. Yes, Mr. Caroline Omolo, what are we looking forward to from your platform in the next couple of months?
Thank you, Doctor. As a community leader, labored so much in empowerment and trying to scale in line with women. Those are the singles and the young. A lot of knowledge we've acquired, and we keep on to be empowering them with that. But as well, looking forward to seeing to it that we embark back to practicability, not only the theory in the column of skills. So keeping on and trying to bring so many on board, we believe that partnering with the GNF will also promote and propel the living standard of our people in different areas. Yeah.
Yes, wonderful, wonderful. And I think you have an organization that is registered there in Kenya.
Very true.
All right, all right. So that is very, very wonderful. Empowerment and women affairs. Yes, that is noted. Yes, we have Mr. Samuel Tuku. I think maybe he had a signal about the link that I shared recently. Mr. Samuel Tuku, thank you so much. And we are very happy to actually have you. And I believe you have seen the award that we have rolled out, and maybe you have seen your name on that very award list, awardee list. You have seen your name there because you are actually doing a very wonderful project. The energy saving cooking machine is a very, very wonderful initiative. And that is the reason why we are here. We are here to actually work together, promoting solutions that are actually solving sustainability issues and challenges around the world. And we are looking at how we can actually promote that very initiative and also beyond what you are doing. And I am happy that you are able to join. We have talked about most of these things since we started the program, I think about 2 hours ago. And now that you are here, we are actually trying to recap and also conclude the session for today that we are actually celebrating with gratitude to thank the people that have been part of this very platform in one way or the other, which you are among them, to thank you for your time, for your space, and for your energy and efforts towards driving sustainability. And from your hand, in the next couple of months, counting forward now, what are we expecting coming from your side that we can work together on, Mr. Tuku?
Hello, thank you, Dr. Said. Hope you are getting me clear.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you
Okay,
clearly.
from the platform and from what I've learned from your platform and contribution, I've been thinking about how we can merge our private sectors from other countries like the Tanzania. I'm planning to visit Tanzania and see what we can do with them. We can start a branch in Tanzania to do the energy saving jikos in their schools, the marginalized areas, the urban centers. In Nigeria, we are looking for someone who we can partner with for us to cover the whole of Africa. If we can get, I'll be listening and I'll be following.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I think that very initiative is running by your organization. Is it an NGO or a business outfit?
It is a business outfit, but we are looking for partners who can partner with us. That's why we have not registered as an organization, because we have not gotten any partners to register with for integrity and to avoid any questions on how we are spending on or how we are
We can't hear you clearly. Have a meeting around it. If it's going to be a project that can be sponsored through NGO, or it's going to be an engagement with the government. Mr. Tuku, can you try again? Maybe your network can be better. Can you try again? Maybe your network can be better. We couldn't hear you. That was the reason why I off the mic. Mr. Tuku, can you open your mic and try again? Maybe your network can be better. Okay. Why he is, I think he has made his point. He has made his point.
So I hope in the coming weeks and in the coming months, like you said earlier, that aside from just talking and listening, that's of the program, this platform is practical oriented. I hope, I mean, I've not been able to participate in any project. Of course, I've seen you posting on, but maybe they are not actually my own core areas. So I believe in the coming months, I hope that there will be projects that I'll be able to be actively involved in while also gaining experience at the same time. I also hope to learn more on this particular platform while connecting and networking with people across the world. Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you so much. I actually noted the areas of interest of individual that are members, and we are looking around what is suitable and what we can actually bring aboard as an opportunity. So I can assure you that we are mapping perfectly what will be very, very useful and will be very, very resourceful for individual. And the reason why we are having different dimensions is that we have the leaders. Mr. Wajuzi is a leader. Mrs. Onome is a leader. Mr. Samuel Tuku is a leader. Mr. Karola is a leader, because they have the project they are actually running. It's just that we need a form of a kind of a networking that can pull the resources and also magnify what they are doing. But from the researchers, we look for projects and proposals that can match your area of interest. Then we now draft around the leaders and that are actually in that field. Then we can now key into how things are done and the rest of that. And that is same for Jennifer Olawuri. Comrade Alimi, Open your mic, talk. Alimi Mohammed, open your mic and talk. Can you open your mic? I'm not sure. I think he is having.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
I was having the network issue on our area. That is why I can't even be enjoying the program very well. So I need to locate for the better of our network now.
Yes, we are with you. Talk to us.
And I'm really appreciate for the opportunity given to me to be a mix of these wonderful programs. And I thank our Dr. Said Adebisi, for this opportunity. So, and I gained many things from this program, especially most of in the aspect of a chemistry. We normally detect a carbon before, but now we know that there's one app that we can use to detect the carbon. That is carbon dioxide, that is CO2, to detect the capacity and the range and the frequency of it. And I still again about the educationalist career counseling given to us, that we don't need to be relaxed, we need to be more improved in academically. So I need to be work on a practicalize on that all the program I've been listed, by getting maybe on the aspect of educationalist, by gathering the students from secondary school on behalf that I have been gained from this sponsorship of this program. So I'm working towards of it, because I know they are trying to be writing the third term examination during that program of the holiday. I need to implement, to practicalize, to impact in the youth for the furthermore improvement in the society. Thank you very much.
That's a very wonderful one. So Omiradimi is looking forward to volunteer. He's looking forward to volunteer to train the next generation. That is a very wonderful one. I think we are going to look at your proposal. We are going to look at that and what we can do from our end to support that's what you are thinking. Yes, that is part of what we are here for. Yes, let's do this for us today. If all our scholars are not having their mic effectively.
Okay, I want to first of all appreciate everyone and thank as many as have come for today's meeting. Thank you very much for participating. Thank you for making GSLSN something that we all desire. Thank you for being here. We'll be expecting you next week, for this session again. And we believe that with our participation, we'll have a better future and a sustainable future for